I woke up this morning and I hadn't charged my phone overnight, so it was at 6%. So we had to roll with the punches. I'm resisting the urge to be just frustrated with the morning. I got up and wrote my affirmations, and then I was going to go out on the porch and record and read, but both my parents are awake, and I'm not at the point that I enjoy recording with everybody sitting out on the porch. So I decided to go ahead and take Siku for a walk just around the neighborhood. I don't think we're going to go to the park this morning. Sunday, I got up and I built a fire and did all of my miracle morning habits early, and took Siku on a walk in the neighborhood, and it just felt like I had so much time on my hands. And I know that going to the park does take more time, and it kind of breaks up my miracle morning habits more, which I think just adds on of setting up the camera and talking and then moving on to the next thing, and sometimes getting distracted by my phone. So I think we're going to kind of take turns with days that we go to the park. So we're going to try walking in the neighborhood this morning. All right, it's time to get my reading done. Looks like it might be raining outside, so I might do my meditations before I go and exercise. If it's still raining, I get to exercise in the rain. Did it. Another miracle morning complete. I did my exercise later in the day, and I was a little frustrated by it at first and irritated because my day wasn't flowing the way I wanted it to. My phone was on like 6% this morning, so I needed to charge it, and then my parents got up early, and I was just letting external circumstances control my life. But I will say that running at the end, we didn't go to that park we go to this morning, which saved us a bunch of time. But running later and exercising later, I feel like I push harder. My body's a little bit more awake. My mind's awake. So it's something to think about moving forward if I want to start changing, playing around with different orders of doing things and just surrendering and going with the flow that opens itself up for each morning. So yeah, I believe it's day 6 is complete. So about to head out to do some work. Here is one of my healthy breakfasts that I like to have. It's 0% fat, Vajay plain yogurt, and then I put a generous amount of cinnamon and vanilla in it, and then some kohlrabi powder for some greens. They are a little bit bitter, and then I have frozen wild blueberries, and I like it. It looks kind of gross, but it's pretty good. All right, guys, I'm so proud of this. I just have to show you. So, a couple of weeks ago, my mom and I created this beauty of a raised bed garden. It makes me so happy every time I look at it. So, I had bought some lavender at the same time, and lavender really doesn't bloom this time of year, but I wanted to make another just beautiful pot. It was overflowing with just plants and stuff like that. So the big reveal. I just think she's so beautiful. So I'm really proud of that. Alright, it is day 7. It's in the afternoon. I ended up coming into downtown Huntsville. I'm gonna say Birmingham. Huntsville to come to this coffee shop. It's called Green Bus Brewing. It's just cute and cozy. It's been a rainy day out since this morning, and I just knew I needed to get somewhere that I could focus so I could get some work done. And it was the perfect spot, honestly. I really felt like I was in a good flow this morning. I once again decided to hold off on doing my exercise until the end of the Miracle Morning Habits, and that's just been hitting the spot this week. So I got up, did my affirmations, did my reading and all of that, and it just really felt like it went faster and smoother. It still is a longer routine. Like, I saw somebody else doing this and they set 3 minutes for each task, and I feel like that's probably a little short for me. Obviously I'm doing like 30 minutes for some of the tasks, but if that was something that you want to do, like setting 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and you know, at 3 minutes for 6 tasks, that's what, like 18 minutes to do all of the habits and set yourself up for a good day. And that's what I've noticed so much from these tasks, is especially doing the ideal day meditation. I'm just in such a better headspace. Now, I say that knowing that, like, I finish my task and then sometimes I feel like I'm scrambling or I'm frustrated about getting stuff done. So just working through some of those pressures that I put on myself. But I think that doing these tasks really center me and re-ground me every day. And I was actually talking to my mom about affirmations. I've never consistently done affirmations, and although in the future I think that I'll shorten the affirmations by a good bit, writing these affirmations every day has been really powerful in shifting the way that I'm thinking. And I think that awareness of even like when I'm reaching for unhealthy snacks and stuff like that, I do have this, like, I think about the affirmation I had and the person that I want to be and whether this aligns with that or not. Now, it's not enough at this point to always, like, oh, I don't eat junk food anymore or anything like that, but I think that I could see how doing this long term could just be so beneficial. I had a friend that was telling me about this woman that we both knew mutually, who had just a lot of success as a realtor. She like made the top 30 under 30 list, and she had this really bad experience. I think she was in an abusive relationship, ended up, divorcing her husband and just being in a really low place. And she discovered affirmations, and that was really the only change she made. Was she said these certain affirmations every single day, and it completely shifted her life. So I think that it is a way to just like almost reprogram your brain to who you want to be and how you want to think. So I'm honestly, this is day 7, so it's really like my first full week in, but I could see creating certain affirmations that I want to say and really doing this for a year and looking back and being like, how does my life change? Who am I now compared to where I was when I started this October 2025, right? Like October 2026, I wonder if I did affirmations every day, where I would be. So that's been on my mind this morning. But after being a little stressed as I was leaving, I wasn't able to take Siku for a walk this morning because it was raining. And just when you go from living by yourself to living with other people, the energy of other people feels like a lot more. Like when I need to leave the house, when I lived by myself, it was so easy. I just ran around and did all the things I needed to do, where even if my parents were like sitting in their chairs not doing anything, it's just like another presence there that seems to kind of slow you down. You were saying like, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what's happening in my life, I'm gonna leave Siku here, he's fine, whatever. That just feels like sometimes it slows me down. It's easy to blame that for like the pressure that I'm feeling from needing to get my client work done, or feeling like I haven't gotten enough done. So I'm working on shifting some of those mindsets too. I was watching a YouTube video recently about the book of Gap and the Gain or something like that, and how a lot of times we focus on that gap instead of the gain that we got even from difficult situations. So that's been on my mind as well. But I managed to get to a coffee shop, which always makes me feel better, and just really focus on knocking this out. I feel really good about the progress I've made. So I'm gonna head home, do a little bit more work, and finish all this day strong. So I will see you guys tomorrow. It's morning. I made the mistake yesterday morning of making coffee right off the bat. So I'm gonna hydrate. Do my reading. Done with reading for this morning. heading out to do my workout this morning. It's Wednesday, so I'm doing my couch to 10K run. So I'm just doing my 5-minute warm-up walk right now. It is looking like rain out, so hopefully it won't rain on me. But anyway, knocking out this workout, feeling really good this morning. After this, I'll have done all 6 of my habits for the morning, and I'll take Siku for a walk. He was not happy to see me leave the house without him, so we'll go on our walk and then we'll get cranking with the rest of the day. Alrighty, another workout finished. Did you hear that? My workout is complete. Finished my run, feeling good. It's a muggy day, but I don't know, my energy is really good today. I'm feeling really great. It's so funny that I was talking to my mom the other day, and I have this cycle of like being on cloud 9 after I do my miracle morning stuff, and then sometimes getting a little frustrated as I'm moving into work, whether it's going to a coffee shop or, you know, going back and getting started on work. And she was like, yeah, you really love your morning routine. And I think that that's just such a powerful realization. Here you go for a walk. Seeker, you ready? Oh my gosh, just look at these. Look at these flowers. I can't. I did that. I planted that. I picked out those flowers. I did use AI to help me decide what plants to use, but I love it. Oh, just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Good morning. It's 5:07 on day 9. Start out the day with some water. And let's get started on these affirmations. Finished reading, and I was gonna do my visualization practices, but my mom was about to go on a walk, so I decided to go on a walk with her for my exercise this morning. It was so nice. We did 2 miles, just walking around the neighborhood and just chatting, so I love doing that. And I got my candle burning for ambiance, and I'm gonna knock out these 2 guided meditations, and I will be done for the morning. All right, we are out on our morning walk with Siku. It's been such a lovely day. I've been looking forward to this weather all week. It's in the 50s, the high's like 72 today, so I can wear some of my fall clothes. It's my favorite weather, hands down, favorite weather. I got a cup of decaf. After Siku's walk, I'm gonna head in to downtown Huntsville, hit up the coffee shop again, get some work done. But man, my mind has been super strong this week, so it's just been a challenge to do my meditations and really focus, although my ideal day meditation is my favorite and I look forward to it every day. But I have noticed that I just look forward to my days every time I wake up in the morning. I set an alarm for 5, which isn't that different from how I normally wake up. Siku eats his breakfast at 5, so he keeps us to that strict schedule. But I get right out of bed, brush my teeth, and sit down and start writing my affirmations. And I just look forward to the whole routine. I haven't had like I do this, I kind of have a plan for my morning. But like this morning, my mom's usually goes for a walk, and the woman that she normally goes for a walk with has not been feeling well, so she was just going for a walk by herself. And I jumped up and was like, you know what, that's gonna be my exercise this morning. I'll go for a walk with you. And it was so nice just spending time with my mom. It's a beautiful morning, so that was really amazing. And I just love that I end each day feeling fulfilled, and this routine has me just thinking like, what does my ideal day look like? How do I live that day to day? You know, how do I set up my life and my career and reach all the goals that I want to reach? But that is one thing that came up when I was doing my affirmations this morning, is like, all right, I'm doing all these things and I do feel like it's improving my life. I love having this morning schedule where I'm meditating and doing affirmations and thinking about what is the identity that I want to have. Like creating new beliefs about myself, right? Like if I'm switching my identity to somebody that chooses to eat, you know, an apple over candy or something like that, like there's still this belief that's been going on for a long time that I don't have willpower, I like snacking and all of that, so those shifts don't come easily. But I think looking at my goals more often is something that I want to do, of like, all right, at the end of the 30 days, like, what am I focusing on? And I know that I said in the beginning of like, you know, I'm focusing specifically on career and finances and having fun and weaving both of those in so that I'm not only focusing on career and not spending time with my family or doing the things that I really, really enjoy doing. At the same time, not focusing so much on playing and doing the things I love that I'm not making the progress that I want financially and in my career. So I think moving forward, I'm really gonna look at my goals every morning, and I have some ideas of some fun things to do around that, I think, that I'll tell you about later. But that's one thing that's missing, is like, I'm making these identity shifts, but towards what? Why? What's that why behind like eating healthier and stuff like that? And although that's kind of woven into these affirmations that I'm doing, I think knowing the results that I would love to see and just focusing on those and really getting clear of like, not just like willy-nillying my life, but like, oh yeah, this is the things that I want to accomplish. Am I moving towards those goals is really important. I don't mean to brag, but I just made this. I crocheted it. I've never crocheted before. But I got this Woobles kit. It comes with everything you need in it to make this little fox. I'm gonna make it for my niece, Amelia. Good morning. It is 5 o'clock, October 10th, so that means it's day 10 of my Miracle Morning Challenge, and it's also Friday, so that's super fun. My phone battery is like on 6%, so I'm going to go charge it while I do my affirmations, and then hopefully it'll be charged up. It's a run day for working out, and I'm excited that it's Friday, ready to get going. This was such a good read this morning, so I'm still reading.
All right, we're getting ready to go on a walk. Are you ready? You ready for your walk? He's very ready for his walk.
Whew, I felt so good when I started that run, and about halfway through, it started kicking my butt. But I'm on the last minute of the workout, and then I'll have a 5-minute cool down, and I feel good that I finished it. I know that, as my heart rate slows down, I'm gonna start getting those endorphins. I'm gonna feel so good and ready for the day. Just feels good to start the day with so much intention. You might have heard that starting my cool down. But it just feels so good to start with intention and to commit to something and follow through. It just filters through the rest of my day, and it gives me something to anchor to and to ground to. If I feel like I'm getting frustrated or don't want to do something, I can think back to my ideal day, or the fact that I came out and finished this couch to 10K run. Even though in the middle of it I didn't feel like it. I wore this long sleeve shirt because it was a little cool this morning, repping my nephew's baseball team. So it was hot, there were a lot of reasons that I could have made up to stop or say that's enough, and I didn't, and that feels really good. So
I made myself a little snack plate while I'm out here working. I'm with my flowers. They're so pretty. It's such a pretty fall day. Sometimes you just gotta romanticize your life. Did it, guys. I finished making my little Felix the Fox. I'm pretty proud of it. It was a lot of fun to make.
alright, it is Saturday, October 11th, I believe. So day 11, I'm gonna sit out here. It's a little chilly and see the steam off my coffee, and I'm gonna do my morning habits, and then Siku and I are going to our favorite park, Sharon Johnson, and it's gonna be so nice. Hopefully the van battery isn't dead, and we're gonna have a nice morning out there. But first, I gotta get these done. We did it. We made it out to our favorite park. It's Saturday, October 11th. I've gotten all my Miracle Morning habits done. And the geese are flying in. This is pure Canadian geese chaos. Good morning and happy Saturday. It's October 11th, so just finished up day 11, actually a little earlier. Seiko and I came to our park for a little Saturday walk around the pond here, the lake. All the geese are here, they're super dramatic. It was fun. We spent most of the week just staying at the house to do our habits and then doing a walk around the neighborhood. I think that works better time-wise. It allows me to really be intentional with the habits that I'm doing, because although I could just set like 5-minute timers for everything, I really enjoy doing the affirmations and the journaling, and a lot's been coming up for me. Of course, I hit some times with my affirmations that I was like, I don't know if I even really believe in these. I wish I'd written my own, and wanted to switch them around, but I've stuck with them. And at the end of my affirmation, sometimes I'll jot down kind of my own affirmations for the day or for the week. Excuse him, he's just protecting us from some children he hears over at the park. There's a little playground right over here. But there's definitely been some resistance coming up, like around affirmations, but also a lot of growth there in knowing the power of affirmations. I'm seeing that. And these are really long, and there's a part of me that enjoys that they go deeper and kind of get into the why. It's not just like, I'm healthy, happy, and fit. I work out every day. It gets into the why, that like, I know that success starts with health. So that's why I'm going to begin every day with, feeding my body good things. And I think that those really get into your head, right? So it's important to have affirmations that really shift your belief to the person that you want to become. And that's one of the big lessons that I think has been on my mind this week. It's come up in some of the reading I've done, which is interesting because it's a marketing book, but I think that there's a lot of self-development lessons in marketing because you're shifting people's beliefs, and that's kind of what you're doing with self-development work, is shifting your beliefs about who you are and what run you. And I think that one of the most powerful things with Miracle Morning is that all of these habits are supporting each other in different ways. So I do my affirmations and they kind of approach my new identity in one way, and then my ideal day meditation that I do for visualization reaffirms like, what does success even look like to me? So yeah, I'm pursuing success, but how do I define success? What does my ideal day even look like? So that these things become interwoven, and I'm not pursuing something that goals that don't actually support the life that I want to live. And with the identity shifting, that's just, I think that we can commit to things, but until we decide that we want to be a certain person and we start acting like that person and embody the habits and the beliefs and the discipline or the daily actings of that type of person, at best it'll be temporary. So I worked with a trainer probably about a year ago, maybe a little bit more, and like probably got in the best shape of my life. He was amazing. I was eating healthy. I got 6-pack abs. Like, I felt amazing. Like, and success was following that. Like, it was all wrapped up together. Like, I was getting into copywriting. I was having a lot of success there. But I think a part of me felt like I was putting on this mask, right? Like, I'm gonna do this. I needed help from my trainer to get this done. I'm committing to do this. But there was always this fear in the back of my mind of like, yeah, but what if I can't sustain this? So I know that like eating is one of the habits I'd really like to change my beliefs around. And I'm still figuring out, what that looks like, but I think that it comes down to that identity shift, that I have to believe that I'm a person that has willpower, that, doesn't eat half the pantry at night because I'm bored. And as long as I have the belief that I don't have willpower, that if I want a cookie, that I'm not going to be able to resist it, then that's always going to be true. And it's rarely not not gonna be true. You get what I'm saying? Even when I'm resistant, it's like, that's not who I am, that's a deviation from who I am. So really getting clear on who I want to be. And I know as I visualize like the version of myself, the reason that I want to make $1 million is because I can imagine like the confidence I would have, and how I would make decisions, and I would know what I want, and be a leader, and not need to be a perfectionist. That's who I'm envisioning when I envision myself as, you know, worth $1 million as a businesswoman. And I have preconceived notions of what it takes to get there. So that's why I love the ideal day meditation. I actually wake up looking forward to that meditation. It's my favorite because, you know, for 10 minutes I get to, in my head, live out my ideal day, and that's getting so much clearer. And like, I know that there's an opportunity to even bring more sensory aspects into that meditation, and it just gets me excited about pursuing those types of things and getting clear on what gets me there. Anyway, so to rank the 6 habits, so there's silence, which I do as a meditation, visualization, exercise, affirmations. I'm gonna do it as savers. So silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing, so journaling. I would have to say the easiest right now would be a tie between affirmations, journaling, and visualization. I just love those things, and I think that together they're just bringing up a lot for me, and I'm curious to see in 30 days the shifts that happen. But I'm also even thinking about long term how to incorporate these into my life, because right now the affirmations are taking up a lot of time, so really fine-tuning those to me and committing to doing that. Exercise, I really love doing the exercise, and this morning there was some resistance because I wanted to get to the park, and I was trying to do my habits before coming to the park, and it's Saturday. I often have a lot of things I want to accomplish on Saturday, which is interesting. I put a lot less pressures on myself, so there's something to learn there. But like, I did a 10-minute just yoga, and at first it felt like I was selling out a little bit because Siku wanted to go to the park and was ready to go for his walk. So he was creating some anxiety in me too, of like, we gotta get this stuff done. But it felt so good. So I think that just moving my body, I committed to doing couch to 10K 3 days a week. So I do running 3 days. I know moving forward into this next week, I want to really commit to bringing in like weight training. So like, I do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that running. So actually have days of like, nope, this day, this is what I do, and there's no question, there's no choice. It's just like, this is the workout I do. I get up and I do it. So incorporating some more of that. But I honestly wake up with so much joy and excitement for the day and to do these habits, because it puts me in such a good headspace. And with journaling, I actually started, I had been doing three gratitude statements, and then I would just journal, and now I'm doing 10, and I think it really makes me dig deeper for those places of gratitude, and even be more specific about more than just like, I just love these mornings, which is the headspace I'm in then. It pulls me into like, I've loved spending so much time with my mom and planting flowers with her, and enjoying, fall, and going to the nursery, and watching TV with my dad, and picking out movies, and getting snacks together, and spending time with them, and going on walks with Siku, and just being a little more specific, being grateful for the clients that I have, and the lifestyle it allows me to live. But I'm excited to see what this next week brings as things go deeper, and just being more clear and upfront with my goals. So I think that all of these things are already designed to like start shifting my identity, but keeping the eye on the prize too, of like, this is what are the measurable goals that I have for this month, and you know, for even 12 weeks from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, that I can look back and be like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that I accomplished those things that I set out to accomplish. So having my eye on those as opposed to just like, oh, this is fun and I feel so good, which is true, but to what end? Can I look back and be like, oh, this is the progress that I've made in my life, and I've seen really positive benefits from this. And also, like, I have down to practice my ukulele as additional things that I want to do, and I have not done that at all. I've done some fun things like crocheting a little fox for my niece, and it was my first crochet project, and it was super fun, and I'm incorporating all these fun things, but kind of like with the weight training of not just saying, hey, I'm going to do this at some point, but saying like, okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays for 30 minutes, I'm going to practice my ukulele, and maybe even like learn 2 new songs over this month, so that I have something that I'm working toward. Because I know with the crochet, like having something to hold afterwards and be like, look, I made this. It's not just like some stitches together that like, oh, I learned some stitches. I like made this, and I love learning things in that way. That's like not just practicing scales or practicing stitches, but like practicing stitches within the framework of building this thing. So yeah, it's been a great week. I'm gonna incorporate some new strategies into moving forward, and can't wait to see what comes up next week. Like, shifting from coming to the park was a real big shift to me, and there are parts of me that's like, oh man, I just love coming to the park so much every day, but I think that for the progression of my day, it worked better to look forward to this on the weekends. And maybe that'll shift. Maybe as time passes and the days cool off, we'll maybe come here in the afternoons instead of the mornings, and it'll be a reward for finishing, you know, up our work day. Who knows? Who knows? It's all fun, and it's all just a game, really, is how I'm seeing it, and living in the possibilities. And I just can't wait to share more of it, because the joy that it's creating in me and the awe that it's bringing back of just everyday things, and I think a lot of that's due to the gratitude I'm practicing, is just amazing. I can't wait to have the opportunity to show you the world through my eyes, because it's so amazing. Nature and life and the friendships and relationships I'm building with my family, and the life I'm building. It fills my heart with joy every day now, and I love that. And I hope that you are finding some joy in your everyday life as well. I will see you next week.